Hey friends, today we are hanging out in New York City and I am so excited. We're gonna go around and eat at some of the oldest restaurants in the city. I'm talking about places that have been around for over 100 years. Everything from the first pizzeria in America to the oldest soda fountain in the city that still makes Coca-Cola by hand. So we're gonna explore the city, eat some food, and have an amazing New York City kind of day. Anywho's, let's go do this. New York City has such an amazing food history. This is where so many of America's food traditions actually started. You got Delmonico's, the first fine dining restaurant in the United States. You've got the oldest Italian pastry shop and a lot of other really amazing spots that I've always wanted to eat at. And the temperature out right now is like in the 50s, so it's a nice fall day in New York. Might as well go on a food tour. We're actually in town with Roosevelt's for the New York ComicCon, and I had a free day today, and this is something I've wanted to do for such a long time. I just love like historic restaurants, especially restaurants that are like the first of its genre, and we got a pretty good selection. I mean, I did a lot of good investigating to see which ones were, you know, the oldest in certain categories, but I'm not a professional. This is just something I've always wanted to do since I was a kid. So it's going to be a fun day of lots of food and just roaming around and exploring the city. Our first stop is going to be the Lexington Candy Shop. This is the oldest soda fountain in New York City. This is also where I told you they make the Coca-Cola by hand. But they have a lot of different things on the menu. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, and they're famous for their egg creams. So I wanted to start the day with a little soda and a little egg cream. Growing up, I would watch a lot of movies and TV shows, and I would see scenes set in like a 1920s soda fountain, and I would think to myself, I wish I could be there. Sit at the counter, get a milkshake and a Coca-Cola float, and I think that's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna try to sit at the counter, I'm gonna get a Coke float, and then also they have egg cream here, which is like seltzer water mixed with milk, and I don't think I've ever tried that before. So we're gonna start off with a Coke float and some egg cream. Look at how awesome this place is. You got the counter there. Looks just like I thought it would. And they even have merchandise. Look at the Lexington Candy Shop. We got a seat on the counter itself. Scotty's here with me. You ready for some old-fashioned Coca-Cola? I came all the way just for this Coca-Cola.
Thank you so much.
Is there free refills with that? Look at that. It looks very fizzy. Here we go. I'm going in on the Coke float first. Look at how beautiful that is. I love it. It comes with a nice little spoon. I'm going to push it down a little bit. Very frothy.
I'll just do
Oh, it's delicious. This is absolutely amazing, and I love how you get to just push down the ice cream and make it a little bit more creamier. Oh, Scotty got a sandwich. Scotty got a sandwich. I really wanted to get some food, but like I said, we're going to be visiting a lot of places today. So I'm just sticking to some ice cream and homemade Coca-Cola for breakfast. I mean, it sounds like a great breakfast. Oh, I think she's making the egg cream right now. Oh boy. Wow.
Thank you.
It looks so frothy. Oh wow, this is really, really good. I like this a lot better than the Coke float, actually. Want to try?
No, Guillermo, ¿qué?
Sorry.
Ooh, yeah, that's good.
Isn't it? It's like a very watered down milkshake.
It's like as I say, it's like
But fizzy. Scotty, how's your sandwich?
it's delicious.
It's delicious. It looks like a nice roll. It looks really, really good. That was such an awesome experience. It literally felt like I was living like through the movies, because that's all I've ever seen, and I've always wanted to experience something like that. Like I said, I've watched TV shows and movies where I saw like this old diner setting where they make the hand-spun milkshakes and the soda from the fountain. It was so cool, and it's awesome to know that, you know, places like this still exist. And we're gonna go to a lot of other cool places. In fact, I think we're gonna keep moving along, but I'm so glad I got to check out the Lexington candy shop. That was a bucket list spot right there, a bucket list. You know, if you're doing a New York food tour, you gotta take the cab.
It's the only way.
Yeah, it's the only way. Prior to ever coming to New York City, I used to wish when I did get to go to New York City that I would hop into one of those cabs that do trivia. Do you remember that? Mm-hmm. What was it called?
Cash cab.
Cash cab. Cash cab. Can you imagine? That'd be so cool. Do they still do that?
I think he does.
Oh man, honestly, that's like literally, I was like, oh, can you imagine going to New York City and just happen to hop in one of those? I'm not even that great at trivia, but I just want to experience it. Now we have made it to our next stop, and this is the oldest Italian pastry shop in New York City, Veniero, since 1894. And I'm already sold on this place just from the outside. Doesn't it look amazing, Scotty? A little pastry, that's the way to do it in New York. And it looks like it's got a lot. You want to head on in? Look at these doors. Holy moly, this looks so fancy. Wow. Gotta take a number. This is so awesome. I love places like this. The whole shop is just so awesome looking, and they even have a cafe and they sell gelato here too, but I think I'm just gonna stick to the pastries today. This actually might be my new favorite place. I absolutely love it. And the best part is all of the desserts or the pastries that they actually have miniature versions of them. So you can get like a big sample box and try, you know, a little bit of everything. Look at this, little tiny miniature pastries. I'm gonna fill the box, and I think it's only like $22 per pound. You pay by the pound. You can actually see the history on the walls in this place. This is the cafe section I was talking about before. Look at how beautiful it is in here, Scotty, right? It looks so cozy. I know. I just want to sit down and drink some coffee. Look at this on the ceiling. Wow. I wasn't expecting to be as impressed as I am. I mean, I knew I was excited for the pastries, but this is on a whole new level. I guess this is what the oldest Italian pastry shop in New York City looks like. That pastry shop was incredible. I absolutely love it in there. And like I said, you can really see the history on the walls. The cafe area was closed at the moment, so we couldn't eat our pastries in there. So instead, I decided to bring them out on the street. And I got a sampling of the best that Veniero's has to offer. I got all the miniature ones. I'm so excited. It's not every day you get to say you've eaten at the oldest pastry shop in New York City. So I got a lot. Just take a look at these precious beauties. I got an eclair, a cannoli, a Neapolitan, a tiramisu, a arugula, a Linzer cookie, a cream puff, and a panoli. A little bit of everything. And I'm so excited to dive in. I love that they do miniature versions, you know, because I like quantity. I like trying a little bit of everything. So this kind of makes it possible. I am literally having the best day of my life. Like, what is real life? I'm sitting here in New York City in a nice little park about to indulge in some of the oldest Italian pastries in New York. How incredible is this? So we're gonna dive right on in, and I think I'm gonna start with the cannoli. Look at that, nice little miniature cannoli. And I got the vanilla one, it has some pistachio, but I think they had chocolate there too. So cheers to the cannoli in New York. I'm not even a big cannoli fan, and this literally rocked my socks off. Rocked my socks off. I don't know if that's a saying, but it was very, very good. And like I said, I expected it to be. You know, it's the oldest pastry shop in New York City. You gotta have a good cannoli. The cannoli is so delicious. The shell isn't like too hard. It's very soft. It has a really cool texture. And it's like I would expect. One of the best cannolis I've ever had in my life. Because places like that, they don't stick around as long as they do, like I said, if they're not doing something right. But now let's move along. Let's get to the eclair. A little mini eclair. Ooh, I like this. And it has a wrapper, too. I like how I'm just eating right out of the pastry box. In a park. In a park in New York. Ah, it's time for the eclair business. So we're going to dive on in. I'm not eating each one. I think I'm just taking bites. Just going to do a bite of each. Alright, maybe 2. This poor little eclair didn't stand a chance, and I'm probably going to eat this last bite too. The filling is so good, and I love the texture of it. This might be a front runner for my favorite little pastry out of the box. This one might be a little challenging to eat. I don't have any silverware with me, but it's the Neapolitan, and look how thick it is. It looks so good. I hope when I bite into it, doesn't just like crunch and come flying everywhere. We're gonna find out though. Oh, it did it. I knew this was gonna be a little tricky to eat. I'm glad I grabbed the little wax paper there to hold it, but also very delicious. And another contender for maybe my favorite pastry out of the box. I just don't want to lose it all, so we're gonna hop on to the next pastry. Now it's time for the classic tiramisu. Look at that. I'm really loving these little miniature desserts. This is the best thing ever. Oh, no. So much flavor happening in this tiramisu. Tiramisu! Every time I eat tiramisu, I always think of Michael Scott. You ever see that episode of The Office? And it's not making me cough. It's not very dry. It's very delicious. You can really taste the espresso in there. A very, very good tiramisu. My hands are probably all chocolatey now at the moment, but we're moving along to the arugula. Look at that. My mom loves these, so that's why I actually got it. I was like, oh, my mom would like to see it, so here, cheers to you, Ma. Oh, absolutely incredible. All right, we got 3 pastries left. I don't want to give you a play-by-play on each one of them, so we're just going to speed through it. Right up next is the Linzer cookie. They had a bunch of miniature cookies there, but you know, I had to get the Linzer. It's good, but it's not very soft. I like a nice soft Linzer cookie, much like the Manuka Bakery. Now let's get to the cream puff business. You know, I do love a cream puff. Look at that. Very, very nice looking. I love Italian pastries. This is incredible. And I actually have something, I don't even know if I've ever had it before. I think she called it panoli. I think that's what they call it. Look at that. I'm going to see what it tastes like. We're going to give it a try. Oh, it's like an almond cookie with, I guess, pine nuts maybe on top? I don't know. If I called this the wrong thing, I apologize. Let me know in the comments, but I'm pretty sure she said it's a panoli. And here is the scene of the accident. Those poor pastries didn't stand a chance, but that was such a unique experience. Like, that was one of the moments, you know, I'm a big foodie guy, and I'm a big Italian food guy, you know? And one of those moments where you're just like, wow, life is good. Life is good with a box full of pastries. Well, we had some sweet treats and we had some soda. Now I think we need something a little savory. I need something to actually eat. An honorable mention that's located just a couple of blocks down from Veniero's is Katz. And I've actually eaten here before. And I think this is the oldest Jewish deli in New York City. And look at the line to get in here. Holy moly. It's probably at least an hour maybe, right? Would you say, Scotty, an hour maybe? We have eaten here before, and it's amazing. And I didn't know it was so close to the Italian pastry shop, but there it is. Look at that.
Tip your slicer.
You gotta tip your slicer. You get some good meat. Katz has been around since 1898, and it is incredible in there. I've eaten there before, like I said. In fact, it was in one of my other New York City videos, I think about 2 years ago, and the line is always like that. It's always busy in there. But I have another place I want to take you to that has a little history here in New York City. I've tried a lot of really good pizza in New York City, but I've never had America's first pizza. Look at this. This is Lombardi's New York City, America's first pizzeria. This is it. This is the first pizza in the United States. Isn't that absolutely amazing? And it's been around for hundreds of years. Not hundreds of years, but over 100 years. And I'm so excited. So we're going to head on in. I like the outside though. It's got these nice little outside tables. Those tablecloths, they're the ones that are selling me on this place already. You can always tell by the tablecloths when it comes to an Italian or a pizza restaurant.
So you know it's good.
Yeah, right?
Like my grandma's old tablecloth.
Just take a look at the plaque they have outside. This site has been declared a National Historic and Legendary Pizzeria. Isn't that amazing? The Pizza Hall of Fame, Lombardi's Pizza, is hereby recognized as the first pizzeria in the United States. Originally opened in 1905. 1905. That's incredible. It's 120 years.
Old pizza.
That is some old pizza, and I've never had it before, and I'm excited. It's got, like I said, anybody that's been doing business this long, they're crushing it.
Cash only.
No, it's not. It's cash only. Oh, that's another good sell right there. Look at this place. I think it's actually a restaurant too. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah.
It smells so good.
This is absolutely gonna slap. America's first pizzeria. This place is literally everything I've ever imagined it would be. And I love all of the pictures on the walls, the tablecloths, and even the menu actually has a lot of really cool, like, historical facts about the pizzeria. Look at this, Lombardi's. In the early 1900s, Gennaro Lombardi immigrated to the United States as a baker by trade. He is credited with developing New York-style Neapolitan pizza. And like I said, they have more than just pizza. I have to try the meatballs. I mean, come on. I'm a big meatball fan, so I got Grandma Grace's meatballs. And then on the back is where they have all the pizza itself. I ended up getting a regular margarita pizza and then Gennaro's tomato pie. No mozzarella, just sauce and then grated cheese on top. So we got 2 pizzas and a meatball. I would ask to look at the dessert menu, but I got a whole box of half-eaten pastries already for Veniero's. And the meatballs have arrived. The sauce looks like it's going to be really good sauce. And it's a, pretty good sized set of balls there. So let's dive on in. I love meatballs. And I want to see how, firm they are. Oh, look at that. Look at that cut. That looks like a good meatball. When I was a kid, they used to call me Meatball. I kind of like that. Incredible meatballs right here. And I can't wait for us to get the pizza because I'm going to be dipping the crust in there, getting all that red sauce. They're the perfect texture. They don't fall apart, but they're not hard meatballs. I don't like them too hard. I like them to have a little crispy outside and a soft center. You want to try the balls? They're pretty good balls.
Sure, I'll try.
They're actually really, really good. Oh, yeah.
That's a good meatball.
That's a good meatball. Grandma's meatballs. That's literally what it reminds me of. So good. Oh, man, I think the food's coming, too. And the pizza has arrived. We ended up getting the Gennaro's tomato pie, which only has like a light mozzarella dusting on top, and then it's just tomato sauce. And then we got the regular margarita, and they look incredible, nice and thin, and then the bottoms have a good char to them. Look at that. I'm so excited. I've always wanted to eat here, and today's the day. All right, we're starting with the margarita. Look at that. Almost no flop. I really love a nice little charred pizza. So here we go. Oh. You can taste it in the sauce. You really can. Scotty jumped right on into the tomato pie. What do you think?
Phenomenal.
Phenomenal, right?
I'd say it's like right up there with how good DeFaro was last year.
No way.
But it's just, I like it because everything just tastes homemade.
Yeah, you can literally taste it in the ingredients. The sauce is so I don't know why, I just want to say right. Like ripe. Like you can
Try
taste.
that
Yeah, you can taste the ripeness in it. Okay, well now I gotta try the tomato pie. I'm sitting here going on about the margarita, but I mean this is looking really good. I would honestly put this up there with some of my favorite pizza in New York. Not just because it's been around the longest, because it's just that good. And it is, like I said, you can taste it in the ingredients. That's like a nice way to say it. You can taste it in the ingredients. I have to get in on this tomato pie though. Look at that. Look at that. Absolutely no flop there. No flop at all. Oh, wow.
Was that what you tasted on the other one?
I think I like this better.
Yeah. Very good.
Wow. Look at that sauce on there. Holy moly.
I'm breaking my one slice rule.
I honestly might like the tomato pie more than the margarita. It is so good because it's like a thick layer of tomato sauce on there. It's like very thick, and it still is crunchy on the crust itself. Wow, this is unique. This is something special. Just having one of those real life moments. I'm sitting in the oldest pizzeria in America, snacking on a slice. Like I said, how could life get any better than this? Now I took some of that meatball and I put it on the crust. Look at how good that actually looks. That's a meatball pizza right there. This might be one of my favorite days ever in New York City, but that might be my favorite dining experience ever. Like the fact that now I can say I've eaten at the first pizzeria in America, and I loved it. Like I said, I think I put that pizza up there with some of the best pizza New York has to offer. I really think it's like in my top 3 of all-time favorite pizzas, that good. And the meatballs too. I come back just for the meatballs alone. But now I think we're gonna keep moving along. It's gonna be hard to top that one though. We're taking the rest of the pizza with us to go. America's first pizzeria. I might frame this pizza box. Since we've got some leftover pizza, me and Scotty decided to take a little break and stop on into the New York ComicCon and give it to the Roosevelt's team so they can see what America's first pizzeria tastes like. And I want to show you the booth, but we still have a lot of really cool food places I want to show you. Just a little pit stop into the New York ComicCon. I love the New York ComicCon, and I think this is my 4th year, 5th year coming every year, and I always end up doing a fun little video like this, just out exploring the city. And here is the Roosevelt's booth at New York ComicCon 2025. Like I said, I can't believe we've been coming so many years, and every year I feel like the booth gets bigger and bigger. And we also have the Outpost happening. This is where you can find a bunch of rare and exclusive shirts, and it's really cool because you never know what'll pop up, and they keep on refreshing the inventory. I mean, this is a huge selection. You can find everything from Snoopy to Jurassic Park to Ghostbusters, Star Wars, Macho Man Randy Savage. Enough of the Comic-Con. We're gonna be here all weekend long. I just wanted to stop by and share the pizza with everyone, but we're gonna keep moving along and continue our oldest food in New York quest. This is such a great thing to do in the city. Now we've made it to PJ Clarke's. This is known for being the very first burger spot in New York City. It was established in 1884, and so many famous people have eaten here. Frank Sinatra, Jackie Kennedy, and even Nat King Cole said the bacon cheeseburger is the Cadillac of burgers, and I'm so excited to try it. It's getting a little bit later in the evening and the temperature is dropping, so I decided to put on a hoodie because I'm freezing. I'm used to the Florida humidity, but I do like the feeling of like fall and autumn in New York. I think this is the perfect time to come, and I've always been excited to eat at PJ Clarke's. This is, like I said, a staple here in New York City, and you know, I do love me a good burger. Take a look at how amazing this place is. Another restaurant where you can see the history on the walls. Look at the restroom right here. This is the men's room. This looks so cool, and it honestly looks like they haven't changed at all. They have a bar in the front, and then they have a little sit-down area. Oh, those are the tablecloths. They tell you everything, but look at all of the cool pictures and history on the walls. This is such an amazing restaurant, and I know the burgers are going to be amazing. I can't wait. I'm so excited right now. I decided on getting the Cadillac burger, of course, and then the Clarke, which is just a plain hamburger. Just a hamburger with bun, lettuce, and tomato and onion. Keeping it simple. And the burgers have arrived. Here is the Cadillac bacon cheeseburger, and look at how beautiful this is. It's just classic. I can tell the bun or the roll is going to be delicious. It's nice and soft. You got a pickle spear, and something cool that they do here that I actually read about is they put the onion on the bottom of the burger so that it holds the burger still, and then it also flavors like the bottom bun. And it gives it like an onion bun taste to it. So this is the Cadillac, and then this is the Clarke. This is just like I said, bun, lettuce, tomato, and bread, or I mean beef. And then they came with onion straws. Well, you can get French fries, but I wanted to try something different since we have fries with that one, so I got onion straws with this one, and I think we're gonna dive on in. I think maybe we'll start with the Cadillac. The Cadillac. The OG New York burger spot. Look at that. That is a beefy burger. And I can't wait to try the bacon on here. So here we go. I gotta get a nice good hold on it. Oh, look at that. It's literally just like a home-style burger, cooked the way it should always be cooked. The bun's not toasted. It's just like a regular bun. And I do taste the onion on the bottom there, which I think is so good. But it's all in the meat. It's simple and it's perfect. And I can see why it's, been around for so long. Absolutely amazing. Can you believe it? People were eating this burger in this establishment in the 1800s. That's craziness. Now I think I gotta dive on into the Clarke burger. And last time when I ate the Cadillac, I don't know if I'm supposed to pick the onion up with the burger, because look, it kind of like fits in your hand perfectly and keeps it all like put together. So I'm gonna keep the onion there this time. Oh, God. Sometimes I feel like a lot of burger spots make burgers complicated. If you just stick to the core ingredients and prepare them the way they should be, it'll always come out tasting delicious. And that's exactly what this is like. It's just like, yeah, it's the definition of what a burger tastes like, I feel like. I always like putting French fries on my burger. Does anybody else do that? Put some French fries on there and then just seal it up. Yeah, there we go. I feel like from now on, every time I make burgers at home, I'm going to serve them on top of a raw onion, just like I learned at PJ Clarke's, because I kind of like the idea. I mean, I do like onion on my burgers, but I don't like a lot of onion. So if you just put the bread on top of it, you get the flavor in there without actually eating the onion. And I think that's genius. Genius, I say. PJ Clarke's was so good, and I love how historic that building is. It's so cool just seeing all of the work done and put into preserving it. It's amazing and a New York staple, and I'm glad I got to have myself a proper burger. But now I think I need to take a little break. I don't think I can eat anymore, so I might just head back to the hotel, relax a little bit, and then I still got a couple places I want to take you. At least 3 or 4 more. To get back to my hotel room, I gotta go through Times Square though, and it's looking very busy in Times Square today. Holy moly. I don't even want to walk out there. I gotta bob and weave. Hoo ha, hoo ha, bob and weave, bob and weave, bob and weave, bob and weave.
Hey, you're always busy.
What's up, man? Oh, look at you got Mickey and Minnie. Last time I was in New York City, I got scammed by those costume characters, so I'm not gonna let it happen again. Well, after some nice relaxation and a little digestion, I think I'm ready to continue our quest. And the next stop I am so excited for, because this is the very first fine dining restaurant in the United States. The very first restaurant that started offering menus and wine lists. Before this restaurant opened, there were just like taverns and inns, and it's been one of the places I've always wanted to eat at. And, I'm just just excited. It's been an amazing day, and we still have another stop to go. And here it is, the very first fine dining restaurant in America, Delmonico's. And they actually have a lot of information about their history over here. I always look for plaques on buildings because they give you the most accurate information. Oh yeah, right here, Delmonico's building. I love this. Experience America's first fine dining restaurant, established in 1837, where history meets culinary innovation. That is so awesome. And I just love the building. I love this whole area down here. And of course, I'm gonna get myself probably a Delmonico steak. I read that they invented the Delmonico steak here and the baked Alaskan, so I gotta go with the signature stuff, you know? The things the places are known for. I can tell this place is gonna be amazing already. Wow, look at it in here. This place is absolutely beautiful, and I'm sitting in an area of the dining room that's surrounded by ancient relics of history in New York and the restaurant itself, and it's just so elegant and fancy. I had to take my hat off. I had to pay respects. Look at how cool this is. They actually have the very first menu in the United States. This was the menu that they used when they opened the restaurant. Isn't that incredible? A cup of tea or coffee, $1. Pork chops, $4. And oh wait, that's actually cents. So it's 4 cents for pork chops and 1 cent for coffee. Regular dinner, 12 cents for everything all together. That's kind of crazy, isn't it? Wow, and look at everything in these cases. It's just so beautiful in here, and I absolutely love it. This is my table right here. Isn't it nice? There's a Charles Dickens cookbook over here, along with a lot of other really cool, like I said, histories. Here's a proclamation from the office of the mayor in the city of New York, and then here's another menu from Delmonico's. This must have been a little bit later after they opened. I definitely like it a lot. Here is a look at the menu, and like I said, I think I already know what I want. The signature Delmonico ribeye for $86, and then I gotta try the sides. I feel like we're putting down a lot of food today, but like I said, these are, you know, once-in-a-lifetime opportunities for me, and it's kind of like, you know, living my childhood dream, eating at all the oldest restaurants in New York. Think about the people that first came to the restaurant and were shocked and surprised when, you know, they laid down a menu in front of them and had like a nice little setting and a totally different dining experience than what they're used to. And like I said, now it's the only thing we are used to. And the steak has arrived. I already think I am in love. Look at how beautiful that is. And then I got a side of fries. Look at them, they're all standing up. They're standing up. That's paying attention to detail right there. And of course, if I got steak, I gotta get a little mashed potatoes, or as they call it, potato puree. And then they brought over some sourdough bread. This looks absolutely incredible, and I'm probably betting on it being one of the best meals I've ever had in my entire life. Is this steak gonna be the best steak I've ever had in my life? I think there's a good possibility it might be. Look at the flavor floating through that. Holy moly. All right, here we go. Officially the best steak I've ever had in my life. Nothing will ever compare to what I just experienced. It is so amazing. I love the charness on the top, and a Delmonico usually is kind of like a little fatty, like a ribeye. I mean, that's the type of steak, but it has so much flavor and it's so juicy. Oh man, this is so amazing. I'm literally, this is just the greatest day of my life. And I didn't even get to the potatoes yet. You know, I think at the end of the day, I'm just a steak and potato kind of guy. Now I gotta add some of that puree to the steak itself. I like to put it on there like it's butter. Oh. Wow. This steak might have saved me. And I want to try the French fries, but I don't want to disturb them. They're all standing like straight up at attention. They look like they're pretty good French fries. I already know they're going to be amazing just by what I just ate. thank you guys for always watching my videos. These moments really make me know how blessed I actually am, and at the end of the day, I owe it all to you. I absolutely do. So thank you so much for watching the videos, and cheers. Cheers to making each day count. The marbling on a Delmonico steak just makes it so juicy, and it just literally cuts, like it dissolves in your mouth, especially the cap at the end here. Sometimes what I like to do is cut up pieces of the cap and then pair it with the other parts of the steak itself, just so you get more of that flavor. But it is, like I said, the best steak I've ever had in my life. Well, Delmonico's exceeded all of my expectations. The food, the service, the steak, unbelievable. I cannot even believe I just dined in the very first formal dining restaurant. Like, that just blows my mind. And like I said, we still got one more stop, but I don't think I can eat anymore. So good thing is we're going to a tavern. The very first tavern in New York City, and one of the oldest taverns in the whole entire world. And here it is, our last stop of the day, the oldest tavern in New York City, Fraunces Tavern, established in 1762. George Washington actually had his farewell address here after the Revolutionary War. How awesome is that? And it's actually open as a tavern and a museum, so you can still go in, get a drink, and learn about history. And we're gonna head right on in. I mean, this is incredible. 1762. Look at how beautiful the walkway is. The wooden floors, the door. Wow, so much history already. Look at this wall over here. This place is so historical. Look at how amazing it is in here. The museum is upstairs, and I think it closes earlier than the tavern itself. So I think we'll start at the museum. But just look at the woodwork in here, the floors, everything. And they have a couple of bars and dining room areas. But I want to go check out the museum just for a little bit, and then we'll come down and get ourselves a little pint. It looks like it's $10. Oh man, even walking up these steps, how creaky they are. I love this in here. I love how we're ending this like on the most historical building that we've been to, you know? We got the long room over here. I love how some of this is so preserved. Oh, wow. Can you imagine sitting down at this table here? I wonder if, like, in this area, George Washington gave his address. I think it is. Maybe, I don't know. I'm just kind of guessing by the George Washington pictures. But look at that. Look at the cards on the table there. This is so cool. I would have loved to just see what this is like. I mean, I wouldn't want to live in that time period, but just to see it, you know, with my own eyes. They've got the guns over on the corner of the wall there. They also offered lodging here at the tavern, and this is what a room would have looked like. Look at how nice this is. Got a nice little desk to sit down and write some notes. Look at this, November 18th. 1775. Look at the glasses there too. And then they even had a view. I'm sure their view was a lot different than what the view is currently, but still really, really awesome. This whole place is just, like I said, American history. This place is so awesome, and I love just looking at all of the different artifacts and notes and pieces of history. I wish I can show you more, but it would take a long time. It's actually pretty big. So I think we're gonna head back downstairs to the tavern and get ourselves a pint. Get ourselves a pint in the first tavern in New York City. Look at how cool this is. Wow. I'm already in love. Gotta make a phone call over here. Look at this phone. I got myself a Samuel Fraunces Ale, their signature beer here. Oh, that's nice and refreshing. And it's just so cool in here. I love it. Such a cool experience, and I'm happy that I was able to make a video and share all of my experiences with all of you. This has been a great day, and this is a great way to cap off the video. So thank you guys for joining me on this amazing adventure through the oldest restaurants in New York City and some of the first establishments in America. Cheers! I hope you enjoyed the video. I enjoyed making it, and we'll see you next time. Bye!